Get those hands up and praise my Lord.
A little bit irritated. Downtown Princeton, New Jersey here. I don't know what it is about colleges, but they want you, if you go anywhere, you have to walk straight uphill. If anybody remembers, I'm a little bit irritated because when I went to Westminster Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania, uptown, upper Philadelphia, it was 90 degrees. It was completely uphill. And that's the case with Princeton. This is Princeton University, though, and I was getting everything confused because I'm going to Princeton Theological Seminary, God willing. This is the university, not the seminary. But still, you have to walk uphill. But yeah, I don't want to complain too much because yesterday, this is the diary entry for yesterday. Yesterday, I was just tired, dead tired, because I didn't get any sleep because of the rain. Yesterday in Philadelphia, it just rained and rained and rained all day, all night. But hey, that's the other side of the coin. Yes, I feel very blessed. I have no worries. I don't have any bills I don't have to worry about rent or electricity or any of that stuff. But the other side of that coin is I've got to fight the elements. So, and you can just waste a day that way, but hey, you got to choose. I'm choosing no bills.
Alright. So get those hands up and praise my oh, 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 oh.
But I feel good today because I slept like a baby last night. And when I got in last night, I did not have any clue where I was going to sleep. And so I just took the little shuttle from the Amtrak junction, about 3 miles or so, to the university campus. And there is the New Jersey transit system has a little depot here on the campus, and it is like a hospital. No noise, benches, and I could not believe it. I was praising Jesus, praising the Lord, because it just was quiet up until I woke up at 7:30. Got in about midnight, maybe a little bit before that, and so very good sleep. So I'm not going to complain there. For the diary entry components, kind of a nice bookend. Now, yesterday weather-wise was okay, I guess, but I was dragging because the night before then was when I was raining. I didn't get any sleep overnight, but weather-wise, went to the Phillies game, but kind of sandwiched in between the Phillies game. Started off the day getting down there on the subway, Philadelphia subway. And so the beginning, one side of the sandwich was I got off the train down there at NRG Stadium or sports complex. That's where all the Philadelphia sports teams, Eagles, Phillies, 76ers, that's where they all their buildings and stadiums, stuff like that's right there. But anyway, I got off the subway there, and this guy came up to me and he wanted to buy some food. I was just going to give him some food. And we got to talking just a little bit. And then he goes, well, look, I got a bunch of drugs. Do you want some drugs? And I looked at him and I go, no, not really, but I would like to, you're trying to give me drugs, I would like to give you Jesus. And after a little bit further, it didn't take him very long before he goes, Jesus is not God. Now, I've had to study for years and years and years and listen to lecture after lecture for me to be able to verbalize the fact that Jesus is God. Now, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I'm just saying it's taken effort, it's taken time, it's taken a radical desire to know if Jesus is God. In church history are all of the church fathers, all the apostles, everybody going up through the years, today have always had to battle that question. And so the point is, I've got some crackhead coming in off the subway, selling drugs, and he's trying to tell me Jesus is not God. Now, I could have taken the time, and I probably would have, if I would have been so inclined, but I guess a secondary point is that you don't need any education to start screaming free will. You don't need any education. It doesn't even matter. You don't need anything just to say Jesus is not God. All you do is just make the statement. I have free will and Jesus is not God. I don't have to look it up. I don't have to reason about it. I don't have to explain myself. I'm going to die this way. All right. And so after that, went to the Phillies game and stayed through till the top of the ninth. And it was a 2-run game. The Braves were ahead. And of course, I left, and then the Phillies hit. Bryce Harper hits a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. Go figure. To tie it up. And so I was already outside the stadium. But didn't miss that much excitement because the Braves scored the go-ahead 2 runs in the top of the 10th and won the game. So, but at any rate, I was good in the good seats for a good while, and then got rousted out of those because Phillies are a playoff team, and they averaged the 3rd most fans in the country. So I could not stay in the really good seats. And yesterday, what I mean by good seats is they were in the shade. Not that it was hot, but the sun can be very irritating during the day. But got rousted out, then moved upstairs. Game was over. Came back, waited around, got on the Amtrak to come up here I had to go through New York. And, I've been trying to avoid going through New York for any reason or staying in New York for any length of time. And let me give you an example. Now, if you've watched any of these videos, the very first night I came to New York on July, I think it was the 5th or the 6th, I went to Bryant Park downtown by the local library, and this pack of 14-year-olds threw a cup of water on me. 14-year-olds. And that was my welcome to New York City. I wasn't that surprised. No big deal. But then when I got into New York from Philadelphia last night, I had just woken up. It's about a 2-hour train ride, hour and a half. I had just woken up. I was a little bit groggy. I get off the train and I walk up to this bald-headed guy. He's looking at a map, and I'm thinking he's looking at he's looking at a New Jersey map, and I'm thinking he's looking for the trains. And so I asked him, because I wanted to know which one came to Princeton. And I asked him, I said, are you looking for the New Jersey trains? And he said something, and I said, I'm sorry? Because I didn't know what he said. And so he turns around, this is New York, he turns around and he goes, get away from me. And so I just thought, well, this is kind of funny on the one hand, maybe a little dangerous on the other, so I just turned around and walked off. But just to give you an idea of your greeting, if you ever come to New York, expect your greeting like that. Alright. So anyway, headed over to the Princeton library, on to bigger and better things. So get those hands up and praise. Oh, oh, oh.